Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So, looking at BLOCKLORDS, just done some video about the new battle mode. We're in this sort of battle mode now, so we can see here at the bottom I'm starting to build up like various squads. So you can actually have, I think it's 3 sort of overall sort of battalions in each, or squads, and then in each of those you have 3 sort of groups. You can actually have this is like a sort of leader character or commander character, which are NFTs, and then these ones here are the troops, so different sorts of troops. At the moment I've got the most basic ones, so like a swordsman, a archer and cavalry, and you can level those up as well, and obviously as you go through the game you can get better versions of those. What we're looking at today though is sort of because this new battle mode has come in, it's come in with these new resources, so rations here and iron, which is sort of, these are resources that are used up when you deploy your troops. So they, you have to sort of have, you can create these assets using the basic farming assets. That sort of makes sense as a resource management game, and you need to use those as you do the battles. But you can also a new sort of way of getting these has come as well, in terms of both in-game sort of currency options and also in-app purchase, so using your debit card. So you can also see here there's these little pluses here, so there's gold here, and it actually brings up the same menu. So gold is sort of the in-game currency that you use to swap between things, so you can sell wood to people and get gold, and then use your gold to buy wood. And then influence is this sort of more sort of difficult to explain sort of currency, but it is used to buy different sort of assets. So we could look here, these are very high-end assets. So the influence store here, if I had 6 million, I could buy one of these commander characters. Obviously very expensive. I mean, I've not been playing the game that much, but equally I've been playing the game quite a bit and for a long time, and I've only got 50,000, so I need 10 times more, more than 10 times more. So there's that, and also you can use your influence here to purchase these new assets. So these are in the influence store. So I get influence, I should point out, by I have some of the Lords tokens which I've staked. So the Lords token is the sort of underlying cryptocurrency for this game and its own blockchain. And so way back there was an airdrop for people who've been playing the game, and you could stake your Lords token, and then you get this influence. I can't remember how much I get. I get like 100 a day or something, but it just builds up over time. And obviously you can go out and buy more Lords token off exchanges. It's on Base now, it's probably the best place to get. Well, it is on Base and the Lords chain, and then you can obviously bring that into your game wallet and then stake that. And that would be, if you really wanted one of those cool characters, you'd have to go and buy a ton of Lords token and stake it, and then see how quickly it's sort of built up. But we can see here it's sort of useful. So these are the characters in the game. These are swordsmen, 2 different types. So one may be a light one and one may be a medium one. I don't know. Not seen this one before. So we can see here, I'm going to get calling it a combat supply pack. So I get one of these soldiers and some gold and some rations and some iron. I'm buying that using the influence. So let's see how this goes. Spend 5,000 influence. Yeah, I've got enough there. Let's do that. You can see this is a one-off. So you can see there already in red, it's gone purchase limit. Now so it's showing 0 of 1. So you can only buy these 1 per game account, because they're basically quite a good deal, I suppose. So let's purchase this one as well if they're that good a deal. So we'll have that, adding into my resources, and you can see this has gone down by the right amount. And also there's some basic packages here. So this is just sort of basic sort of farming packages. You can see there's a limit here of 100 because this is basic. So here's some sort of better things. Sort of this is more food and tools, and a legendary one, 4,000, and that's going to give me some meat and some different types of stone and stuff. Don't want those ones at the moment. There are these other, so we now get in the influence store, we get battle resources. These are new. Again, there's always like a limit on how many you can do, so to stop people sort of spamming the system or getting too much. So now we have battle, food and resort, and food and construction. So construction is required to build buildings and upgrade buildings, and food is obviously the sort of basic underlying thing that you need to keep your farming and troops going, and then these specific battle resources. I have also these packs. So this is interesting. Again, this is new. So this is looking here is dollars. So these are real dollars where you can spend your dollars. Okay, so instead of staking your Lord's token, how many are we getting here? It's hard to see with the. So this is 300,000 influence. So I would need 20 of these if I wanted 6 million. So 20, do the maths, 20 times $300. It's going to start getting expensive. But you can now buy influence sort of directly. I'm not so bothered really about any of this stuff, but it's also interesting. I mean, you can't trade this, but it also shows this is, effectively, if I want to buy this is worth $50. So I've got $50 worth of influence here that I just got from being in the game. So you could probably do the maths around how much does a Lord's token cost, how much, if you stake that, do you get influence every day. So you can start to sort of work out some economic modelling around that, which I'm not going to do now. So we have these ones. These are a little more interesting. So these are like the starter packs. So again, we could which ones are useful here? Well, we're just doing a sort of a demonstration, so it doesn't really matter. We can just do a starters pack. Again, we can see there's a limit here: one of one, 5 of. I can buy one of those, 5 of those, and 10 of those. So in every case, they're sort of trying to put sort of limits in what people can do. So maybe just someone with absolute ton of money. I mean, obviously, you'd have a ton of money if you wanted to buy all that influence. But if someone came in with $20,000, they couldn't. Well, they would obviously be able to spend a lot and get a lot of resources, but they couldn't totally overbalance the game state. So let's see if we can get this to work. So let's hit this, and looks like we've got a link out here. So here we go. Claim a starter pack. Can pay VAT on it. So I'm in the UK, so it's not 99 cents. It's 80p, including the VAT. So this is coming through here from Xzola. So Xzola, a well-known payment provider for games. So there's different options here. Apple Pay, I don't know what Pays is. So different things anyway that I could pay with. Okay, so that's interesting. It says payment via bank card is currently unavailable. So that's into that. So at the moment, it looks like we can use PayPal, the Cash app, which I don't think is actually available in the UK, or Klarna. Anyway, the options are there if you can get it to work, depending on what payment method you're using. And I guess it is just sort of interesting in the sense that for the first time now we have direct fiat payments into this game in order to get these sort of in-game assets that we've not been able to do previously directly. We've been able to do it sort of indirectly by using the influence here, not here, but by doing some of these sort of influence store purchases. But now we can sort of do it directly. I think that's always good for a blockchain game to have sort of multiple payment methods. Obviously, the thing you need to be careful about is people will do arbitrage on which one is the cheapest one to use or which one is the most effective to use. And obviously, if you've got a token which is going up and down in price, you need to be a little bit careful that obviously at some points people are just not going to use the crypto payment method, which you probably do want them to do. Particularly if they, the in-app purchase method may be sort of inaccessible to some people, and for some people in different sort of territories, spending $1 may be quite a lot of money, or certainly $10 for people may be a lot of money if they're not in sort of a US or Western Europe or in middle class somewhere. So there's always that balance to get right. So I'll be doing more on BLOCKLORDS. Sort of interesting how the game is sort of opening up now with these new sort of options and new in-game modes as well. So do subscribe, don't miss out. See you next time.